ऐं असांजो पब्लिक डॉक्यूमेंट्स आहिनि। पब्लिक डॉक्यूमेंट छाखे चयो वेंदो आहे, कहिड़ा थी सघनि था, इहे असांजा जेके बि आहिनि इहे असांजा पब्लिक डॉक्यूमेंट्स आहिनि। आर्टिकल नंबर 85 कानून शहादत आर्डर द फॉलोइंग डॉक्यूमेंट्स आर पब्लिक डॉक्यूमेंट्स। डॉक्यूमेंट्स फॉर्मिंग द एक्ट्स आर रिकॉर्ड्स ऑफ द एक्ट्स, जीअं असांजी ऑफ द सवर्जन अथॉरिटी आहे, आर ऑफ ऑफिशियल बॉडीज़ एंड ट्राइब्यूनल्स आर, of public officer, legislative, judicial, executive, any part of Pakistan or foreign country, public records kept in Pakistan or private document. Document forming a part of the records of judicial proceeding. Documents required to be maintained by public servant under any law. Registered document to the execution whereof is not disputed. Certified deposited in the repository pursuant to the provisions of electronic transaction ordinance 2005. Private documents, all other documents are privates. ही जेके पहिरियां पढ़ियासीं इहे सभु पब्लिक डॉक्यूमेंट्स आहिनि, ऐं ॿिया हाणे जेके पढ़ंदासीं इहे असांजा प्राइवेट डॉक्यूमेंट्स आहिनि। त 87 आर्टिकल आहे सर्टिफाइड कॉपीज़ ऑफ पब्लिक डॉक्यूमेंट। एवरी पब्लिक ऑफिसर having the custody of public documents, which any person has a right to inspect, shall give that person on demand a copy of it on the payment of legal fees. Therefore, together with the certificate written at the foot of such a copies, that it is the true copy of such a document, thereof as the case may be, and such a certified shall be dated and subscribed by such a officer with his name, his official title shall be sealed. Whenever such officer is authorized by law to make a use of seal, such a copy so certified shall be called certified copies. उन खां पोइ आहे proof of document by productions of certified copies. Such a certified copies may be produced in the proof of contents of the public document or parts of the public document of which they purport to be copies. Proof of other document. The following public document may be proved as follows. कीअं साबित करे सघूं था? एक्ट्स, ऑर्डर, नोटिफिकेशंस ऑफ द फेडरल गवर्नमेंट and in any of its department or of any provincial government or any department of any provincial government by the records of department certified by the heads of whose depart respectively by any document purport to be granted by order of any such a document. The proceedings of the legislature by the generals of those bodies respectively are published acts and abstract by copies purporting to be printed out by order of the government concerned. The acts of executive are the proceeding of legislature of foreign country by generals published by their authority are commonly received in that country is such a by a copy certified under the seal of the country or sovereign by the recognition thereof in some federal acts. Proceedings of a municipal body in Pakistan by a copy of such a proceeding certified by the legal keeper thereof by a printed book purporting to be published by the authority of such a body. Public document of any other class in a foreign country by the original by a copy certified by legal keeper thereof with a certificate under the seal of a notary public. Pakistan consular diplomatic agent that copy is duly certified by the officer having the legal custody of a original and upon proof of characters of document according to the law of foreign country. Presumption as to document. Presumption as to document. Presumption as to the genuineness of certified copy. The court shall presume every document purporting to be a certified copy or other document which is by law declared to be admissible as the evidence of any particular fact and which purport to the duly certified by any officer of federal government or provincial government to be genuine. provided that such a document is substantially in the terms and purport to be executed in the manner directed by law in their behalf. The court shall also presume that any officer by whom any such a document were to be signed, certified, when he signed it, the official character which he claims in such a document. Presumption is to document produced as a record of evidence. Whenever any document is produced before any court, purport to be a record or memorandum of the evidence, of any part of the evidence given by, authorized by law, to take as such a judicial, such a evidence to be statement or confession by any prisoner, accused person taken in accordance with the law and purporting to be signed by any judge or magistrate by any such officer as aforesaid, the court shall presume that document is genuine, that any statement as to the circumstances under which it was taken to be made by the person signing it are true, and that such evidence, statement or confession was duly taken. Presumption as to genuineness of document kept under any law. The court shall presume the genuineness of every document purporting to be a document directed by any law to be kept by any person if such a document is substantially in the form of law is produced from the proper custody. Presumption is to billions made by authority of government. और इहो गेट में अची चुको आहे, इनखे अंडरलाइन कजो, त मस्ट बी खे अंडरलाइन कजो त इहो जेको मिसिंग आहे, ॿी सॼी स्टेटमेंट ॾिनी अथऊं, इहो मिसिंग आहे, त इहो गेट में आयो आहे 2 चकर 3. द कोर्ट शैल प्रिज्यूम दैट मेप्स प्लान्स पर्पसली मेड बाय अथॉरिटी ऑफ द फेडरल गवर्नमेंट, एनी प्रोविंशियल गवर्नमेंट was so made are accurate, but maps or plans made for the purpose of any cause must be proved to be accurate. Presumption as to collections of law and reports of decision. The court shall presume. The court shall presume genuineness of every book purport to be printed or published under the authority of the government of any country and to contain any of the laws of the country. Of every book purport to contain the reports of decisions of courts of such a country. Presumption is to power of attorney. The court shall presume that every document purporting to be power of attorney to have been executed before authenticated by notary public or any court, judges, magistrate, Pakistan consul, vice consul or the representative of the federal government was so executed and authenticated. Presumption is to certified copies of foreign judicial record. The court may presume that any document purport to be certified copies of any judicial record of any country not forming part of Pakistan genuineness and accurate. If the document purport to be certified in any manner which is certified by any representative of federal government, such a country to be manner commonly in use that country for the certifications of copies of judicial record. An officer who, with respect to any territory placing not forming part of Pakistan political region thereof is defined in section 3 class 40 of the General Class Act 1897, shall for the purpose of class be deemed to be a representative of federal government for the country comprised the territory of place. Presumption as to books, maps and charts. Court presume the court may presume that any book to which it may be referred for information on matters of public or general interest, that any published map or chart, the statement of which are relevant fact which is produced for inspection was written and published by person at the time and by whom at which it purport to have been written or published. Presumption is to telegraph message. The court may presume that a message forward from the telegram office to the person to whom such a message purport to the address or corresponding with the message delivered for translation at the office from which the message put the same. But the court shall not make a say presumption as to the person by whom such a message was delivered. Presumption is to due execution, document not produced. The court shall presume that every document called for and not produced after notice to produce or tested is still executed in the manner required by law. Presumption is to document 30 years old, where any document to prove the 30 years old is produced from any custody which the court in particular case consider proper. The court may presume that the signature every other part of such a document which purport to be in the handwriting of any particular person is in that person handwriting in the case of document executed or attested, but it was duly executed and attested by the person by whom it purport to be executed and attested. For the purpose of this article documents said to be in proper custody if they are in the place in which they are under the care of person told. They would naturally, but no custody is improper is proved to have legitimate origin. Circumstances of particular cases such as to render such an origin. He 30 years old underline करें. So he certified copies of documents. The provisions of article shall apply to such a copy document referred to in that certified in the manner article such as not less than 30 years old. Such a certificate may have produced in a proof of content documents. It purport to be a copy.